3, back, Fun Fam, and if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the Daily Dish with yours truly, Ron E. Bradley, and I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Whether it's morning when we're live here on the East Coast, or maybe you're watching from some other part of the world where it's afternoon, evening, middle of the night, 3 a.m. Doesn't matter when you're watching. I hope that the day is phenomenal, the night is phenomenal, and that you are in a phenomenal mood today. Hopefully everybody out there is feeling the feels, feeling the great feels out there. How is my audio? Let's check on my audio, shall I? Oh, yep. My audio is intact, or so it would seem. Guys, thank you for all of those of you who joined us yesterday live from both a little bit of Epcot, the Skyliner, and Hollywood Studios for the new shows that they debuted. One was a new show that's not a new show at all. It's just like an update of an old show in a theater that's been sitting empty for 6 years, which I thought the only thing that I can think of is that the reason that theater was sitting empty for 6 years is that they had all these different crazy ideas of what they were going to do with it, and none of them panned out. And they're like, okay, well, I guess we have to go back to the Little Mermaid thing. Oh, my beautiful wife is here in the chat, but she is not feeling well. And a lot of prayers for Tom F. and his family as they have lost a loved one. It's that Tom F. won't be here this morning, but he, in case he catches us on the replay, I want to send out condolences and prayers to him and his family. But yes, indeed, we watched. I sacrificed and sat through that horrific villains show so that you don't have to, and we'll be talking about that later today on That Park Place Morning Magic at 11 a.m. This show, of course, will redirect to Culture Casino, 6-minute daily, right afterwards at 10:40. And then his show goes for about 20 minutes a day. And then we have that Park Place Morning Magic. The ending I got was, I was going to say it was Cruella, but no, I think it was Maleficent. I don't, would it even matter? Would it even matter? It's ridiculous. I'll talk a little bit about that show. It's definitely prayers for Tom and Linda. I believe there are the 3 different endings for the 3 different villains, which is why they only went with 3, but it's what a gimmick that is. And plus there's other things about the show. I won't do like a full breakdown review, but I'll talk about that a little bit. But first of all, I just want to thank everybody for being here today. Another day. My wife's been under the weather. Prayers for my beautiful wife Virginia, who is in the chat. So we've been dealing with that at home, and you probably have noticed I haven't gotten any additional videos up this week on the channel. Wish I did. If you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, maybe you have. The last video that I did about Rivers of America going away, it's doing pretty well. Yeah, check out the videos on the channel. If you haven't had a chance, really, go check out some of the older videos that are on the channel from 2023 when I put them. And then some of those videos technically are like from much earlier on. They're from 2019. But yeah, those are. I really enjoy some of my older vlog videos that are on the channel. I think you will too. Give those a look-see, if you will. Go check out the older stuff. I think you'll really enjoy it. I did meet some great people yesterday, and I want to say thank you for the great people that are here, the ones that were here yesterday, and the ones that are here today. Honestly, knowing that somebody's going to be here, knowing that hopefully I can bring some light to your morning, some joy to your day, some happiness to your life, and in so doing, you guys give me the energy to get up and be here. The the gigawatts, right? The gigawatts, the energon, like the Transformers of old, the Autobots and Decepticons when they needed their energon. You are the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out of bed to be here with you in the morning.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
And Pam, this is my family channel. It's Follow the Bradley's Fun. It's the one you're watching right now. If you go to the channel page, you'll notice that there's divisions on it now for the Daily Dish, which is one of our playlists. That's this one. And then of course you have family vlogs, which I want to take all the family vlogs and put them on one list, and I haven't gotten them all in there yet. So now it's right now it's organized into Disney vlogs and Orlando vlogs, but eventually that's just all going to become one list of family vlogs. So that's this channel, though. I thought that's why I was wondering about the question, because I'm like, but this is the family channel. So but then also Virginia has, and you can see it in the chat, she's chatting under it, Virginia Bradley Magical Adventures, and also Virginia Bradley Adventures. Now, Virginia Bradley Magical Adventures, more similar to what this channel started out to be, which is a family vlogging channel, but in Spanish more than English. And then her Virginia Bradley Adventures is more of just daily fun stuff, but again, mostly in Spanish. Does, when she's well, she'll get back to doing them, the live streams every single day, and very excited because she got monetized on that channel, so we're celebrating that as well. But yeah, let's say hi to everybody that has come in to the chat today. We have, let's see, Snortopupus Q Burr making it into the house first thing in the morning. Our favorite Burr. Hello, humans and other critters. I don't know what kind of voice Snortopupus would have. Oh, I think of a bear. I think of this kind of a voice. But, they have bears that sometimes have this kind of a voice, and I don't know, they do that thing. I don't know. So, whatever voice you like, Snortopupus, you let me know. Hello, humans and other critters. DL Fendel comes in with a John Wayne voice. He's the John Wayne. I wish to point out that there's a big difference between following the Bradley's Fun and stalking the Bradleys for fun. Don't mix them up. Smile. Yes. I feel like some of the people on X stalk me. People get very, very weird very quickly on X. And here's one thing that nobody should ever do. Never make it personal and never make it about somebody's family. The moment you do that, you've crossed a major line, and don't do that. Now, it's just that simple. Don't do it. Obviously, if you do something like that, there's going to be some type of a consequence to it, and whatever the consequence is, you're probably not going to like it. That's all. I'm just saying. Snort, how's snorting in your neck of the universe today? And Snort says it's bearable. And you, I think they went back and forth a few times in that conversation. Let me see here. I'm gonna forward down. Braylon Lee comes in with a hey, good people. Hey, Braylon, good to see you out there in the chat this morning. Pam Empson. Hi, hope y'all have a great day. Me too. We need great days. Avarice Carmageddon says, I wouldn't want to be famous. The money would be helpful, though. Yeah, the thing about fame, like the successful YouTubers, depending on whether their channel is faceless or not, they may have a faceless channel. You can get somewhat famous on YouTube. But what's nice on, it was really interesting. I was watching Kevin Bacon, of all people. Kevin Bacon was saying how he put on prosthetic makeup so that he could be anonymous for a day, and he was walking through a place where he would normally prominently get recognized, and he didn't get recognized at all. The makeup worked, and he says he hated it. So it's what he says 99.9% of interactions with people are positive when you're famous. So but what was it? Bill O'Reilly wrote a book about being a celebrity, and it's not all it's cracked up to be, that's for sure. Definitely take the money though. And some people definitely sold their souls and privacy for fame and fortune. That is for sure. Andy W is here. Andy W's in the house. Good morning. I've been awake for hours. Good to see you in the house. Andy, are you back in, what was it? Is it Washington or Oregon? What? How am I possibly getting that confused? I don't know. Dan's Life at the Kingdom is here. Well, it could be worse. The Villains show was one of them. Yeah, it's not a particularly good show. Virginia Bradley, Magical Adventures, my beautiful wife, is in the house, and Equus Heart is here. Dear Equus Heart, good to see you in the chat this morning. Everybody's saying hi to everybody, and thank you so much. Here we've got Snortapoopa saying, at my dear, sweet, beautiful wife, get betterly soon. Average Karma again says, get well soon, Virginia, and prayers for Tom F. Indeed, Tom F., prayers for you, buddy. And my beautiful wife says, thank you to our friends. Prayers for Tom and Linda. There seem to be different endings to the Villain show. Yes, I'm assuming. I only saw the one, but the Flying Dragon show is, I will tell you something though. They have a lot of entertainment at Hollywood Studios now for the next week. That's it for the next week. I'll tell you why in just a second. Well, a few minutes actually. What is my best impersonation? Oh, this is a good one. Let me say hi to Go and Shogi real quick. Hello, Go and Shogi. My best impersonation. I like Roger Rabbit. Gosh. Is Roger Rabbit my best? I don't know. Okay, so I like the opening scene from Beauty and the Beast where I do I've actually done this for auditions before and nailed the audition because of it. I actually got in roles because of this one, and I'm not even kidding. And that is LeFou and Gaston, where I go, well, you didn't miss a shot, Gaston. You're the greatest hunter in the whole world. I know. No beast alive stands a chance against you. No girl for that matter. It's true, LeFou, and I've got my sights set on that one. The inventor's daughter? She's the one. She's the lucky girl I'm going to marry. But she's the most beautiful girl in town, and that makes her the best. And don't I deserve the best? Well, of course you do. So that was, I think that's a pretty good one of mine. I'm move on from that because it's early and my voice is not warmed up. Go and Shogi. Hello. Thank you for being here this morning and modding. All of our mods, thank you so much. And Snortapoopas, you may have noticed that I added you to the list of the mods. So I'll put you on there. The Bud Files is here. Good morning, Bud Files. You like that? Oh, God. I hated that song. Braylon. I did not like that at all. And there's reasons I'm like, yuck. Yeah, no, the whole Villain show, the whole premise of it, I can't stand. Because the premise of it is that they're not evil, that they're just misunderstood, which is horrid. No, you're evil villains, and you are not misunderstood. And I like it when, especially cartoonish evil villain, when they lean in to how funny it is to be an evil villain that's definitely going to get thwarted. That's like Doofenshmirtz, which I think I can also do that impersonation, but it might be loud, so I don't want to do it. what does he go? Platypus. Anyway. Yeah, no, yeah. Megan and Harry. I think of Taylor Swift, but I don't know all the personal stuff behind that. I'm still in Nevada for 2 more weeks, and then it's back to Oregon. Wow, very cool. That's a very hot place to a very cool place for sure. Gosh, I want to go back to Oregon. Oregon's coast is beautiful. That service dog chimes in with, I imagine being a celebrity is like having a service dog on steroids, never able to be anonymous. Everyone has to approach. Many think they can handle it until they actually realize reality. So that villain show is written like the entire audience is 2 years old. I can imagine anyone above. I'm assuming you meant can't. I don't think a toddler would enjoy it, honestly. If you notice when I was there yesterday, not really thunderous applause or anything like that. Skycast is here. That was good, even for a less warmed up. Oh God, thanks. I appreciate that. I try. Tanner Stanley is in the house. Hopefully, I'm not missing anybody. James all day. Oh yeah. When that's funny when a cartoonish villain or they have the old anvil dropped on their head or the piano. That's always funny. Ron, if Warner Brothers ever sold DC Universe, can you see Legendary Entertainment buying Universal Studios, buying the theme park rights like how they own park rights to Harry Potter? I have no idea. Right now, Comcast owns it, and I think they're doing well with it, even though they're not a very liked company. So I don't know. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Disney adults enjoy it. Apparently, I don't even think there's that many. And I'll tell you my thoughts about the show and what it should have been. But yeah. Sadly, I just like seeing service dogs because I'm just silly. I love seeing service dogs. The Snidely Whiplash presence. You are good at Luigi from Nintendo. I think of Mario, but I don't know if I'm good at Luigi. It's a Mario. Let's go. Maybe that's more Luigi. I don't know. Yes, indeed. Well, thank you guys all for being here today. We appreciate you. We celebrate you. What's the celebration look like? It might look a little something like this.
Is it too much? Too much. It's your birthday.
Oh, this is just the best of us. All right, so that is a small version of our celebration. We celebrate all of you just for being here, but we also celebrate whenever anybody does gives anything to the channel. Super chat, super thanks, super sticker. Of course, we have a goal of 5 super chats. Those are specific, and it's a YouTube thing. I didn't set it up. It is a YouTube. They encourage you to do it, and apparently it helps with the algorithm if you do. Whatever. But that is a goal of 5 super chats. And we have, look at this, coming in with 5 gifted memberships. Who got them? Let's see. Tanner Stanley, congratulations. Brian and Cindy, Punkwaddle, Snow Bunny, and Theme Parks Assemble all got memberships courtesy of the one and only Go and Shogi. That is also something we celebrate. So that is super chats, super thanks, super stickers, gifted memberships. Somebody becomes a member during the show, or somebody has a member milestone chat. Also, if anybody buys something from the spread shop, I'll show you that in a minute, and lets me know during the show. We're going to celebrate that, as well as any PayPal or Buy Me Coffee donations, which I got to get my Buy Me Coffee really set up a lot better. It's Buy Me a Dole Whip, by the way. But we are going to celebrate this right now. Now, anytime we throw down a celebration, if you are a member of the channel, you have custom emojis to use. And please, indeed, do use those custom emojis. However, we want you to celebrate with us if you're not a member of the channel. That means whatever, like number ones in the chat, fireworks or dancers or anything else. So we are going to celebrate this one right now. Thank you for the gifties. Go and Shogi with the Wookiee dance. All right, so today's the 29th. That means that the 31st falls on a Saturday, the 1st, the 2nd. Baby, I hope, I would love it. This is specifically a message to my beautiful wife, Virginia, who's watching in the chat. She's like just really outside the room here, but I hope that you can get, it would be great if you could get better enough so that we could go to Hollywood Studios so we can watch the Muppets one last time before it goes away next week, maybe sometime. That'd be great. Maybe because I think it's playing all the way until Wednesday. No, until the 7th of June, whatever that day is. That might be Saturday or Sunday next week. But anyway, see if we can go, that'd be great. Just to see it one last time before it does go away. Yay, she's drinking her medicines. Drink that soursop, baby, soursop. And hopefully we can do more celebrations. I would still love it. Yesterday on the live stream, we made the goal of the 5 super chats. By the way, I don't do it where it's $5 or up. It's not like that. It's anything that you can afford, 99 cents and up. But if you can't afford it, please don't do it. All right. We don't want that. So thank you very much for that. Let's get on with our stories. Wait a second. One quick thing before we get to the stories. I'm frustrated. I'm not frustrated with you guys. I'm frustrated with myself that I don't have new things up on the shop for you yet, but we still do have at the spread shop. We have a 20% discount right now. The other thing I'm trying to figure out how to do through Spread Shop, I should be able to get a code for all the members of the channel so that you do get a discount automatically off of the merchandise as long as you have that code because you're a member of the channel. And but this is our Spread Shop. Go and show you if you want to share the link to that in the chat. If you buy something from the Spread Shop during the course of the show, again, we will celebrate that. We have our Make Disney Walt Again merchandise, the hats on the other side. I can't quite reach it without messing up the picture, but I do have it. And so we've got all this Make Disney Walt Again merchandise. I don't know if that's possible, but we got to hold on to a little bit of hope that Disney can be made Walt again. That would be great. I still love going to Disney. Well, I shouldn't say love. I like going to Disney. There's still some good things about it, but it's just there's certain things about it that are so not Walt anymore. And I just want to bring the Walt aspects back. This is our Follow the Bradley's Fun Fedora Finds merchandise. Just that hat. And we like people to know. And then we have, of course, our Follow the Bradley's Fun family avatar logo. And on the back of the shirt, you help out the channel a lot just by wearing it because people can scan it and become a subscriber to the channel. So we appreciate you wearing that if you got it. So thank you very much. Put me back on. Oh, there it is. Oh, here. Let's put it back on the stage. Check out all the sharp merch in the Follow the Bradley's Fun store. https://follow-the-Bradley's-fun.myspreadshop.com. There you go. Yeah. So don't Iger my Walt. Don't Iger my Walt. That might work. I don't know. I really honestly, I don't know that I want to put Iger's name anywhere on any of my merchandise. Plus, it's a last name. Could get me in trouble. I think Not Great Bob would work. You know, that gives me an idea, Going Shogi. I'll tell you what it is. I'll privately tell you what the idea is later, okay? Remind me in our private back channels. Okay. Did you hear that Elon Musk left the Trump administration? Elon, please save Disney from Bob Iger and evil shareholders. Yeah. There is it's along those lines. It's along those lines. So yeah. But it's a little bit more than that, Going Shogi, but it is along those lines. Yes. God, the guy put his name on a building. I mean, it's so funny because it's like Bob Iger is like the Tony Stark and Loki combined, because I think every time I think of the Bob Iger building in New York now, I think of the line in the Avengers where it's like he just wants to build a great big monument in the sky with his name on it. And oh my gosh, he realizes that the Stark building is the one he's going to use. And it's just like the Bob Iger building now. Yeah. Epic has magic. Disney is tragic. Can't put that on a shirt. Exactly. But anyhow, but I do thank you for the ideas. I got a lot of ideas in my head. I got to start getting them out there. I have so much work to do. So much work. Let me put speaking of work, let me get the story on the screen. We gotta get the stories. And this first one is a Disney story. Is it a bad story? Nah, this is decent news. This is out of thatparkplace.com. I don't know if you've heard the news, but after many, many years of not having something that is traditionally in the Magic Kingdom, they're finally getting it back, and that is a nighttime parade. Yes, a brand new nighttime spectacular parade is coming back to Walt Disney World. The last one was the Main Street Electrical Parade. Prior to that, there was Spectro Magic. I loved Spectro Magic. Both of those, I think, are probably gone forever, because this brand new one is different than either one of those. Let's get the story on the screen from thatparkplace.com. I'll put this up here. Magic Kingdom Nighttime Parade Starlight set to debut on July the 20th, 2025 on thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't done so. This is by Raven Redgrave and written just this morning, May 29th. There is a concept art picture of it. And I will tell you, I don't know if this is in the story, but I'm just going to tell you right now, one of the things that's bothersome to me is all annual pass holders, they're increasing reservations instead of getting rid of them. And there's no good to go for July 20th because they speculate that there's going to be so much popularity around this nighttime parade that if you're an annual pass holder and you want to go into the Magic Kingdom after the 20th of July, and I'm not sure how long this is lasting for, but you have to have reservations specifically for the Magic Kingdom, and you can't park hop over to the Magic Kingdom. So you can't have a reservation for Epcot during the day and then park hop over to the Magic Kingdom at night to see the parade, which is kind of convoluted. You also can't go after 2:00, which is they're resetting all the rules. Anyway, that's my own personal feeling. It's not I don't like it. I don't like it at all. After months of speculation, shifting expectations, and a suspiciously quiet rollout, Walt Disney World has finally confirmed a debut date for its upcoming nighttime parade in the Magic Kingdom, titled Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away. The highly anticipated show will premiere on July the 20th, 2025. A return to nighttime magic after nearly a decade. And before I read that, I got to tell you, this is interesting because I was hanging out a little bit with some people that I met on the Skyliner yesterday. And we were talking, big Disney fans, and we were talking, and it was so interesting because in 2009 is when they started coming loving Disney, like 15 years ago, right? 15, 16 years ago. Disney was amazing. Walt Disney World was a great place to come then. We both started talking, and one of the things they mentioned is how they used to love to come, and the park, they would sometimes go to the parks from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. when the parks were open super late, and you could get on everything, and it was a blast, and you have a great vacation. Really paid for itself, the money and everything. So different. And it was interesting. The nighttime parade, of course, and nights at Disney being a huge part of that, and nights being Walt's favorite time. Walt Disney's favorite time to go to the parks was at night, to see everything was lit up, beautiful and magical and imaginative, everything, all that good stuff. Anyway, I just bring that up because we both agreed that Disney has lost a lot of that. And I didn't really tell her too much about, being associated with Pro or anything like that. But it was just really interesting to see that somebody else who is a big Disney fan is also critical of the changes, just kind of out of the blue. So very, very interesting there. Let's get back to the story. Let me put this back on the screen. A return to nighttime magic after nearly a decade. This marks the first all-new Magic Kingdom nighttime parade for Walt Disney World in nearly a decade, filling a void that's been felt since Main Street Electrical Parade last graced Magic Kingdom in 2016. Wow. 9 years ago. That is kind of hard to believe. I worked at Walt Disney World during a portion of 2016, and I'm telling you, it was so different. While Disney World has introduced other forms of nighttime entertainment during the interim, such as the popular projection of Fireworks Spectacular Happily Ever After, a full parade specifically designed for the dark has been absent. For many fans, this leaves a nostalgic gap. Parades like the Main Street Electrical Parade and Spectro Magic were more than just entertainment. They were emotional highlights, a magical way to end the day at the park. And another thing that I believe for myself, and this is more concept art here, like the Encanto float from the new Starlight Parade coming up. I believe that nighttime parade was one of those things that truly added value to your Disney World ticket. And you didn't have to pay extra for it. The road to Starlight has been anything but smooth. Early in 2025, Disney insiders and fans raised concerns when no official debut date appeared, despite initial plans for a spring or early summer launch. The lack of updates led to rampant speculation that the parade was delayed indefinitely, potentially missing the crucial summer season entirely. In the highly competitive world of theme park entertainment, timing is everything. Summer months bring peak attendance, and Disney's nighttime offerings are key drivers of guest satisfaction and return visits. Missing that window would not only disappoint fans, but also affect Disney's bottom line. Behind the curtain, what caused the delay? Although Disney has remained tight-lipped about the reasons behind the delay, industry watchers suggest a combination of factors: creative revisions, technical challenges with new float technology, and potential staffing or training bottlenecks as the company continues to recover from lockdown-era disruptions. Somehow, 5 years after the fact, Anyhow, disruptions that, in my personal opinion, were never necessary in the first place, but that's a whole other story. These operational complexities reflect broader challenges facing Disney's entertainment division as it balances innovation with reliability. When Starlight finally arrives, it promises, quote, a dreamlike journey into imagination, guided by the Blue Fairy and showcasing beloved Disney and Pixar characters from across generations. Creative veterans behind the project hail from previous parade successes such as Spectra Magic and Paint the Night, giving fans hope that Starlight can recapture the enchantment and technical wow factor those shows delivered. Nostalgia, emotion, and the magic of parades. Beyond the floats and effects, parades have always carried an emotional weight for Disney fans. They are shared moments of joy, awe, and wonder, memories that guests take home and cherish for a lifetime. Disney's challenge with Starlight will be to deliver a show that honors the legacy while appealing to new generations accustomed to cutting-edge spectacle and intellectual property immersion. In anticipation of the debut, Disney has already begun rolling out themed merchandise, including an eye-catching Blue Fairy sweatshirt available through Polka Dot Pixie Shop. This early marketing push signals Disney's confidence and desire to build momentum ahead of the parade's summer launch. As the countdown to July 20th begins, Disney fans everywhere are holding their breath. After all the uncertainty and delays, the night will finally light up again, whether Starlight dazzles as hoped or falls short of expectations remains to be seen. But the return of the nighttime parade tradition at Magic Kingdom is a significant milestone for Disney entertainment. And again, it doesn't look like it was covered in this particular article, but one of the big changes because of this nighttime spectacle is that starting on the 20th of July, if you are an annual pass holder, you will not be allowed into the Magic Kingdom on the 20th of July. And I'm sure that goes through a certain date, and I don't know what date it goes through, but you cannot get into the Magic Kingdom as an annual pass holder without a reservation for the Magic Kingdom on any night that you want to go. In other words, you cannot have a reservation for Animal Kingdom in the morning, go home because you're local like me, which I would do. I would go to Animal Kingdom, maybe enjoy that till noon, go home, do whatever I wanted to for the rest of the day, and then come back at 7 o'clock at night to go check out the parade. Can't do it. There is a way to do it. It's very convoluted. I believe if you have a reservation for the Magic Kingdom and you go there first, check in, and then you can go to any other park that you want to, because you can park hop out of the Magic Kingdom and back to the Magic Kingdom, but you cannot park hop from another park that you have a reservation at to the Magic Kingdom later. That includes the after 2 o'clock rule. The after 2 o'clock rule now is that you do not need a reservation to go to any park. Well, you'll need a reservation to go to the Magic Kingdom after 2 o'clock if that's where you want to go. So it's, I don't like that. I don't know. I'm assuming that Park Place is going to cover that at some point, but it's just, come on, Disney. You're literally blocking out the people who are the biggest fans, the annual pass holders, the people who, some people from afar. There's a lot of people that have annual passes that don't live in Florida, but there's also a lot of locals. And having an annual pass is about the convenience of it, but they're not doing. I'd love to know your thoughts on this whole nighttime parade thing. Are you looking forward to it? Are you a Disney fan who's been maybe waiting on your vacation, holding back your vacation to come after this debuts? Does it have anything to do with competing with Epic Universe? I want to know your comments, and I want to know your thoughts, please. In the comments, put your thoughts down below in the comments. Yes, let us know down below in the comments before you go out the door. And thank you so much for coming in and checking this one out. Indeed. And let me see here what we got. We've got 1 star to comment. That is Go and Shogi with the 5 gifties. We'd still love to get to 5 super chats today. If you want to give, you're more than welcome to. We'll see. This is interesting. By the way, on the super chats, I always like to remind people, if you do want to give, that's great. That's wonderful. 99 cents and up. If you're not in a position to do that, please don't. Please do not. But if we can, we are going to celebrate it big time at the end of the show if we hit the 5. And if we hit any one, we will celebrate in a small way. In a small way. But I'm trying to see. Was this comment about Epic, or was this about something else? I did see only a couple days when Epic had some issues where they had to refund people. Oh, I don't think it's going to take 2 years to fix all the bugs. If you're talking about Epic, and you might be, they'll have them fixed. They'll get her going. Yeah, when it's 100 degrees out, that's not good. July 20th, I think that's a weekend date, right? Dan, if I'm correct, I believe July 20th is on the weekend. Just looking at May. Yeah, so July 20th is a Saturday. I have reservations for the 23rd of July. Uh, so I'm not going to be the first person to hit up this nighttime parade. I know that, not by a long shot. Izzo's Place, good morning. Welcome in. Good to see you here. Gosh, we got 27 people in here today. This is awesome. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. I appreciate that. Juliet is here. Appreciate that as well. Sean, the artist, formerly known as John. Good to see you in here as well. My goodness gracious, lots of great people are here today. And I do have a new outro coming too. It was about Epic, yes. I have reservations about the reservation system. Absolutely. And yes, do please tap that like button. Subscribe to follow Bradley's Fun for the scoop on theme parks and entertainment. Yes, indeed. Universal also has high labor costs, short hours for Epic. The ride systems will sort themselves out. Universal has proven over the years to pay whatever is necessary to fix rides or change them. And here's what it was interesting. I was talking to the same lady yesterday. I was talking to about how Disney has gone downhill. She loved the rides. She actually got to go to Epic, and she had ridden Ministry of Magic and Monsters Unchained, and she actually said that she preferred the Monsters Unchained ride, which I thought was interesting because I've gotten on it. But to me, Epic is about the environment, and they can do more with it. I kind of hope, and this would be really, really great, some type of something in Celestial Park. Celestial Park and Epic, if they could do something like the Communicore used to be, that really looked towards a hopeful future and showcase new technologies, I think it'll be great. Yeah. So, and Go and Show you, you're right. It's they'll sort it out. It's not a good look. Iger will 100,000% bring up Epic's shortcomings in the next earnings call. He may, but the next earnings call is far enough away that they may have sorted a lot of that out by then. And while they're having issues getting the park open, I get it. But once they do, and they're going to start with expansions, they're going to make sure that the expansions go well. And I think it's going to be really, really good in the end. Tanner Stanley, no wait, where is it? Is this? I think this is it. Have you ever been to Universal's Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights? And there are any tricks you could share? Planning on going this year? Be the first time we go. Okay, so I've never. I have been. That's in a weird way. I was a scare actor at Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. So it was a little bit, I was on the inside, a little different for me. As far as actually going, there might be an upcharge to pay for like express pass tickets to get into houses. Is probably worth it because otherwise you're going to be waiting a long time to get into houses. As far as any tips I could give, I haven't been in such a long time. It's like Halloween Horror Nights is not really my jam. So I don't know. Anybody in the chat want to give tips to Tanner Stanley about Halloween Horror Night? Feel free to write those in. And yes, of course, Bob Iger. He is petty. It's not how they are. Yeah. Spring for those front of the line passes. If you're only going one night, it's worth the cost. There you go. There you go. Indeed, indeed. But I here's what I think. I think that regardless, I think a market share is going to be. I think there's going to be a market share shift from Walt Disney World because I don't think this brings extra new visitors to Orlando. I think the same amount of people are going to come, or new ones that would have come anyway are going to come. And I just believe that there's going to be a shift in the marketplace of where they choose to go. And I think a lot more with three parks and a water park, a lot more people could be taking universal vacations now. I think that's the big difference is like with two parks and a water park versus four parks and two water parks, people were choosing the volume of what they could do for their vacation based on that, right? Like, oh, 6 parks. Okay, we'll go there. Well, now you've got 4 parks, and if you can get a better value, especially this is the biggest value. If you are staying at one of the premium hotels at Universal, you get your fast passes, your express passes for free added on. What a value that is versus having to pay thousands of dollars extra for them. Huge, huge difference. So very, very smart thing that Universal did there. We got to get to our last story. We don't have a huge amount of time. I want to talk about Jenna Ortega. There are plenty of other stories at thatparkplace.com. So book marketing fans. As a matter of fact, they're dropping new stories right now. My goodness gracious. But I want to get to this one because this is interesting. This is, talk about the price of fame. If you're trying to work as an actor in Hollywood, whether as a child or even as an adult, you can go from basically complete obscurity to complete fame literally overnight. Now, an overnight success didn't happen overnight. It happened with a lot of work beforehand, and then the right thing just pops, and then the success is overnight. And it can change the way a person feels if it happens to them. Well, this is apparently what happened to Jenna Ortega. She maybe wasn't prepared. I don't know how you do prepare for that, right? How would you prepare for going from relative obscurity to like everybody knows your name, everybody knows who you are in the next couple of days, right? So that's kind of what happened to Jenna Ortega when she debuted in the show Wednesday based on the Addams Family on Netflix several years ago. And she talks about how that has affected her as a young person. And it's not particularly great. This story comes to us out of thatparkplace.com. We're going to get this on the screen for you. Do bookmark thatparkplace.com if you haven't yet. And this is by our dear friend Raven Redgrave. Jenna Ortega says she was an unhappy person after Wednesday made her famous. Not Wednesday, the day of the week, not Thursday, because that's the day that I'm doing this, but Wednesday, the character from the Addams Family. This comes to us this morning, brand new, at thatparkplace.com by Raven Redgrave. And there she is, Jenna Ortega, as Wednesday, holding up a decorative pendant. That's what she's holding up. We'll say that. Jenna Ortega has opened up about the personal cost of her rapid rise to stardom following the success of Netflix's Wednesday, describing the aftermath as emotionally draining and creatively frustrating. In a recent interview with Harper's Bazaar, the actress said the experience left her deeply unhappy, even as the show brought her global recognition. And this is an interesting thing to talk about. So in the comments, let us know what your thoughts are. Are you the kind of person, if you're watching this, have you ever wanted to be famous, or have you ever wanted to do like acting or entertainment as your job, something that could make you famous? How do you think you would handle it? This is an excellent time to, put that in the comments below. Ortega's portrayal of Wednesday Addams in the Netflix series Wednesday earned her widespread praise. In fact, she just about became a household name, but behind the scenes, Ortega says the sudden fame had a significant impact on her well-being. There she is, as the infamous Wednesday Addams. Quote, I was an unhappy person, end quote. She told Harper's Bazaar, quote, I didn't feel like myself and I didn't know how to handle the pressure, end quote. So there it is, right out of the horse's mouth. She wasn't ready to handle the pressure. Struggles with public perception and creative limits. Ortega cited a lack of creative agency and the constant scrutiny of public attention as key contributors to her dissatisfaction. According to the interview, she struggled with the expectations placed on her both professionally and personally. When people think they know you, they're quick to project on you, she said. I felt I couldn't speak up or express discomfort without being seen as difficult. Uh, and I kind of understand that because, then you have on the opposite side of her is Rachel Zegler, who is definitely seen as, at least by the public, as quite difficult. Oh, boy. Back to Ortega. She also commented on the way her image was being presented in the media, particularly referencing her character's costume. Quote, there's something very patronizing about being seen in the schoolgirl costume, end quote. She said, it doesn't reflect who I am. Ortega didn't specify whether this discomfort stemmed from the role itself or the way the character was portrayed and marketed after the show's release, but she made it clear the dissonance between her public image and personal identity was a source of unease. Since then, Ortega has made moves to regain control of her career trajectory. She is taking on a more hands-on role in the development of Wednesday Season 2, working closely with the director Tim Burton and being directly involved in key creative decisions, including casting. In a recent interview with The Cut, Ortega confirmed that the second season would lead more into horror and steer away from the romantic subplot that drew criticism in Season 1. New projects reflect a career shift. In addition to her continued work on Wednesday, Ortega has been branching out into new projects that mark a deliberate shift in tone and genre. She stars in the films Death of a Unicorn, a surreal dark comedy produced by A24, and Hurry Up Tomorrow, a psychological thriller. Both films signal a desire to explore more complex and unconventional roles, a contrast to the gothic teen archetype she became associated with following Wednesday. In other words, it seems like Jenna Ortega is aware that she's being typecast. I can't imagine not being aware that you're being typecast, because when it happens to you, you kind of know. It's interesting. I really, really enjoyed the way she portrayed her role in Beetlejuice, and it actually surprisingly wasn't what you might think of going into it, but she did a great job in Beetlejuice too. My personal opinion, by the way. Ortega's comments are the latest in a growing number of public statements that she has made about her discomfort with certain industry dynamics. In 2023, she made headlines for revealing she had rewritten several of her lines on Wednesday to better suit the character's personality. An unusual move for a lead actor. Can I just say, I've had this experience personally. I don't know how many people have seen the movie that I'm in with Dean Cain, but there is one particular line that was very, very uncomfortable with delivering the way that it was written. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I can tell you that I rewrote it, delivered it the way I wanted to, and that's the way that it's in the movie. So yes, sometimes we little meager actors do get to make that choice. So yes. At the time, her remarks sparked debate about artistic control and the challenges faced by actors who seek a stronger voice in the creative process. Despite the backlash from some quarters, Jenna Ortega has continued to advocate for herself behind the scenes. Her decision to step away from the Scream franchise, reportedly due to scheduling conflicts with Wednesday, also suggests a shift in priorities towards projects that align more closely with her evolving interests and values. For now, Ortega remains at the center of one of Netflix's most watched series, while also carving out space for a career beyond it. With production on Wednesday Season 2 underway and several new films on the horizon, she appears to be navigating her path forward with a more deliberate approach and greater control over how she is seen both on and off screen. So I think that's great. It's great for a young actress like Jenna Ortega to, like, she seems like she has a really good head on her shoulders when she's realizing, hey, this was a little too much for me to take, and I kind of need to take a step back. She's evaluating. She's being smart too about how she presents herself in the public. And unlike other certain young actresses, I think that she's taking all of this way better than others that we've seen. She's not letting the fame completely go to her head. She's taking it as a job, which is also smart. I will tell you, one of the best piece of advice I ever got from my high school teacher was, hey, Ron, no matter how, you become big, no matter how big you become, no matter how small you become, never believe what they write about you, whether it's good or bad. If it's good, don't believe it. If it's bad, don't believe it. Never believe what is written about you. Always know yourself. And I thought that was great advice. My great advice to you is comment below. What do you think about this young star, Jenna Ortega? Are you a supporter? Are you a fan of hers? What do you think about her in the comments? Do you think she's got a great head on her shoulders? Do you think she's handling this well? Do you think that she could have handled it better? Let me know down below. Let us know in the comments. Yes, indeed. Let us know down below before you go out the door. Thank you so much for coming in and checking this one out about our good friend, Jenna Ortega. Let's check out the comments. Let's see what we have here. We have Go and Shogi gifted 5 memberships. I don't see any supers. That's okay, because we still are going to celebrate this before we head out, because we also have Go and Shogi, my goodness, member for 10 months. Says it must be terrible to be rich and famous and have everyone cater to your every whim. Yes, I can imagine how awful that would be. The thing is, and I've never understood this, I have never, ever understood this. When an actor says, when an actor says, I just wanted to act and I just wanted to do my job, I never expected fame or this or that. I'm like, okay, look, okay, you're an actor, which means you want to act. You want to be in television shows, movies, or plays, right? Those are your choices. Or TV commercials. TV commercials, television shows, movies, television movies, or plays. You want to be, if that's your choice, there's a possibility that you are going to become famous. And accepting that early on, I imagine they did accept it. So yeah, I have always had an issue with that. If you're ever given $1 million to do anything and you're having a good time and a fun time doing it, don't complain. Yeah, totally get that. But we got to celebrate this. We have to celebrate Go and Shogi, and we celebrate the membership milestone chat with a. Let's see. Which one should we? Let's do. We'll go long. If anybody wants to super chat, feel free. We're gonna go long. Let's all celebrate together. Get your emojis ready. We're gonna celebrate in the chat below. Let's go.
Too much? Too much? It's a perfect! Wahoo! Oh, that's too much! Give me a break, I couldn't be more excited! Okay, anticipation. It's making me mental. But if they say yes, you can be on the show. I think I would go so crazy.
Oh, sorry. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Go and show you. Thank you for that extra support. We appreciate that. Appreciate all of you coming in today. We're going to send you over to Culture Casino. As a matter of fact, I think we can do a little, I think it's fair. I think we have like just enough time to do a little bit of a Culture Bear, right? That's right. There's always time for a little Culture Bear. Again, go and show you. Thank you for the 5 gifties and the membership for 10 months. Oh my gosh, we got a year coming up for some people. It's coming soon. Guys, thank you so much for being here today, everybody. Let's see if I can find it. I think we got a new outro. And so just real quick programming here should go right over to Culture Casino. Culture should flow right into that place, that Park Place Morning Magic. I will be on that Park Place Morning Magic at 11. That show goes right into the WDW Bro Show. So check all those out. Don't change that dial. And until next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.